200 miles away in a small town in Texas lies an old abandoned bridge that I've always wanted to explore. Said to be haunted, the bridge in question is the Maxdale Bridge, known for many horrific events, including the deaths of 19 school children. But more on that later. Today, I'll be taking the journey to explore Maxdale Bridge on the smallest production motorcycle, a Honda Grom. Now before we get out there, there's a couple of things that I've done to the Honda Grom to make it a little bit more comfortable for this long journey. The first of which is that I installed some saddlebags, which should make it a lot easier to carry different items that we'll need. And the second thing that will definitely save us is this phone mount so we can continue looking at our maps and directions. Otherwise, I'm gonna get lost. And if you'd like to do something similar with your Honda Grom, I'll leave links down in the description to everything that I'm using throughout this video. Now let me go ahead and show you guys everything that I'm going to bring with me. Since I don't have a whole lot of space, I have to maximize every bit of storage that I do have. That being said, I also have to be cautious with how much weight I'm carrying, as the Grom is just 125 cc's, and we're gonna need every bit of power that we can get. Inside the left saddlebag, I packed some water, a portable charger, and a protein bar. And on the right side, I was somehow able to fit a 2-gallon tank of gas, which should come in handy. And lastly, I brought my camera bag with everything in it that I would need to document this journey. Real quick, I wanted to tell you guys about my brand new mini bike from Hover Hearts. This thing is actually pretty sick. The Hover Hearts mini bike has a 99cc 4-stroke engine, as well as an estimated range of 25 miles on a full tank of 0.31 gallons. That being said, this bike is honestly up there with the Honda Grom in terms of fuel efficiency. On the website, there's 8 different colors that you can choose from, but you already know I had to go with the purple. The bike also has a top speed of 28 miles an hour, which is oddly fast for a bike this size. Top speed test, here we go, baby. We're full throttle right now. Woo! Yeah! But I bet if you were to take out the governor on this thing, you could go even faster than this. And with the price just under $400, it's the perfect way to start getting into motorcycles. Also, starting in October, Hover Hearts is running their Upgrade Your Ride event. For those of you who own a Hover Hearts mini bike, you could get a chance to win a free upgrade to an even better bike. And let me tell you, the upgrade is a lot faster. If any of this interests you, you can use code Zenith20 off for a discount on their website, or simply click the link down in the description below. Thank you to Hover Hearts for sponsoring this video. Now let's hop back on the Grom. And so it begins. We're on our way. We started a little after 9 a.m. We got a long ride ahead of us. I do have that spare gas tank with me just in case, but I haven't filled it up yet. So the bike is at full, so before we leave the town, I guess I'll probably stop somewhere and get it filled up just in case we need it. As of now, you know, smooth sailing. The bike started on the second try. Kind of worries me a little bit, but let's get it. You know, one thing I already haven't accounted for is the fact that when we started this, it said it'd be about a 4-hour drive or so. But that's if your car can go 70 miles an hour. Right now, I'm topping out at about 55. The fastest I've ever gone on this bike, though, is 70. I hit 70 miles an hour one time, but it was downhill with wind behind me, of course. I probably should have changed the sprockets to make the top end higher. I didn't even think about that. As you'll start to find out, I wasn't quite as prepared for this trip as I maybe should have been. Okay, no bueno, muchacho. I can see the rain now, and the lightning is, and I'm just going right into it, aren't I? I'm allowing like a 5-hour trip, just in case, because I'll have to stop and change GoPro batteries and things like that, and get some drone footage and things. So we'll see. This little part of Fort Worth is always so sketchy. It's just a bunch of junkyards and tire shops and abandoned gas stations. Oh no, that's a cash store now. See, like, but I wanted to turn the camera on because look how beautiful the view of Fort Worth is. Fort Worth is better than Dallas, just my opinion. I think that's correct though. Unfortunately, we're not going through Fort Worth. We're gonna take a right here. This is probably the last bit of city we'll see the whole time. We're just going to the middle of nowhere now, but I'm excited for it. I'm all here for it. Let's go. Yeah. Little Grom pool. I wanted to do this video for so long. The one thing I am kind of nervous about is these saddlebags that I've got. They've held up great so far, but I have a lot of weight in them just because of the gas jug and the water. I got like a 2-quart water thing in there. And the last thing I want is for these little straps to snap, and then I'm just kind of screwed at that point. Should be all right. Ooh, look at the little Miata. We're passing I almost said the Blue Angels, one of the little joint reserve bases that's nearby. Oh, so we're getting on the highway. Okay. I am just gonna stay in the right lane and mind my own business and probably be full tuck. Oh wait, no, this isn't the highway. What is this? Oh, that is. Okay. I just got so incredibly lucky. I don't know if you guys saw in one of the past clips, I was behind a red truck with a ladder in it, and I just passed the ladder on the side of the road, and a couple hundred feet in front of that, the truck was pulled over as well. So thank God I was not sitting behind that. Okay, wow. Whew. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen too, so Thank God. Well, on another note, I'm also feeling the effects of this exhaust. Last week I tried to find a stock exhaust to just switch onto this bike real quick, because when I bought this bike it had this exhaust on it already, but I couldn't find anybody with one in time, so... The road trip was finally beginning to get real as I left the city behind and ventured further into the rural towns of Texas. The goal is to make it to the bridge and back home before dark, but with around 350 miles to go, it's still a bit early to tell. Alright, I spotted this 7-Eleven over here. I think I'm gonna pull into there, just in case, because I honestly have done a lot less planning than you'd think I had for this. I don't know what the next town is, next gas station. I don't know any of that. So I'm just gonna take what I can get. Let me go over here. Hopping back on the road now after our brief little stop. It is 10:38 a.m., about an hour into it or so, I would say, maybe a little more. And it is getting very hot. At the time of this recording, my sister, who lives in Colorado, just texted us a picture that they had their first snow. But in Texas, it is a high of 94 today. Oh, there's a police officer. La Policia. What's the speed limit? 55. Like I gotta worry about that though. I'm full throttle, buddy. You don't even know it. As we continue straight on this road, I figured I'd tell you guys a little bit more about the Maxdale Bridge. Constructed in 1914, the bridge served as a way to connect a neighboring farm road to the Maxdale Cemetery, which lies just across the river that runs beneath. Interestingly, some of these headstones at this cemetery date all the way back to the mid-1800s, and it is still in use today. The bridge, however, suffered multiple floods in the late 1950s and was eventually closed, barricaded off, and abandoned. Some time before the bridge closed, there's a story about a man who had gone swimming with his girlfriend in the Lampasas River that flows beneath the bridge. His girlfriend was swept away, and in a desperate attempt, the man jumped in after her. Unfortunately, hope was lost after he was unable to save her, and she ended up drowning in the river. Overcome with grief, the man hanged himself from the bridge. They say if you stop on the bridge, turn your headlights off, count to 10, and then turn your headlights back on, you will see the silhouette of the man hanging from the bridge. But that isn't even the worst of it. There's another story that I'll tell you guys when we arrive at the bridge. We're now passing through a little town called Glen Rose, which is actually kind of a neat town because millions and millions of years ago, there were tons of dinosaurs that roamed this little area. If you'll look, everything is dinosaur themed here. Man, I've been climbing this hill for like 5 minutes now. I'm in 4th gear and I'm going 40. This guy's struggling too. We're struggling together. Oh, this is horrible. Man, I'm having to downshift to go up the hills. Uh-oh, I'm putting links on them. Watch out, fool. Yeah. Yeah. Don't mess with the Grom. This thing's powerful. 125 cc's is all you need, I think. This area is beautiful, though. Look at it. So sick. Man, this thing's doing great. Found a nice little picnic spot to relax. Might as well enjoy the shade while I can find some. It's almost, shoot, what is it, like 11, 12 now? Something. Also, I realized I've been resting my foot on my exhaust for a long time, and it burnt a little tiny divot right there. Whoopsies. I decided to take a little second to get some drone footage. I'm actually just excited to show you guys this. I bought this drone like 2 days ago because I was like, it'd be cool to have on this trip. So here's my attempt at some drone flying. All right, let's see how this goes. Uh-oh. Almost cut my head off. I just wanna give you something to believe in. Believe in. Believe in. I just wanna give you. I just wanna give you. Believe in. I was on my way out and then I noticed these things that are like on display. I thought they were rocks at first, but maybe they're like dinosaur eggs or something. I'll have to research that and I'll let you guys know. Yeah, even after a good amount of research, I still have no idea what these things are, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys that they're dinosaur eggs because that sounds cooler than a rock. Back to the highway. Time to go 55 and a 70 again. All right, we've got about 80 more miles to go. I have just, it's crazy. I gotta go into recliner mode now for this last little bit. stretch the legs out. Man, my back is starting to feel it a little bit. I wanted to do this trip without a backpack, but I have to bring all my camera gear somehow, and I can't fit it in these small little saddlebags. If I were on a bigger bike, there'd be a lot more options, but unfortunately this thing is one of the smallest motorcycles that you can buy. So, and every time a car comes behind me, I have to move over to the shoulder, and you can tell how gravelly and rocky that is. Man, I'm so hungry. The things I would do for some Taco Bell right now. I have a little couple protein bars, but like, bro, oh, a chalupa? Woo! Yeah! Man, this seat is getting so uncomfortable too. Like, people online were saying that the seat starts to get a little uncomfortable on the Grom, and I thought it was fine. I thought the Grom had a nice seat, honestly, but it doesn't. I'd be interested to do this trip on like a Goldwing or something. I've been over here like switching to the left side, dangling my right leg so that my left cheek can get some rest time, and then alternating every 3 or 4 minutes. Not ideal. Man, that's how you know I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm passing a tractor on the highway. I love it. Just a few miles later, I ended up passing through another town that had, yes, a Taco Bell, so I was able to live my dream out of getting a little chalupa, and let me just tell you, that sucker absolutely slapped. Grom's doing good. I might charge my phone a little bit as well. We're back on the road, almost there, 30 miles left just about. I'm gonna stop at this gas station just to be safe. I still got half a tank, but sometimes it surprises me. I look down and I'm like, oh, I've lost 2 bars. So just for preventative reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up again. That Taco Bell hit the spot, but also I will say my neck muscles, bro. I didn't realize it. This GoPro, I think that's the issue. The GoPro weighs quite a bit, and it's right on the front of my helmet, of course, so it's like pulling my head down. I know Groms are advertised at like 130 miles a gallon or something, and maybe like in the city when you're not redlining it the whole time. But out here, I feel like, I don't know, that's the 3rd time I've stopped. But I've been filling up at half a tank, so that's what, a tank and a half down, which is, I mean, I've gone 28 miles left. The journey itself is 177, so probably about 150 miles. So it's probably closer to like 80 or 90. It is 2 p.m. now, so we're getting to the peak heat of the day. Man, yeah, I'm feeling it now. Like, I was doing good that last stretch I just did to Taco Bell. Probably about 80 miles or so without a stop, which is pretty decent. So I was feeling good, had the highway hypnosis kicking in a good way, and then I get off, go to Taco Bell, and when I stood back up to like put my bag on and everything, I just felt like every muscle in my back begging me to stop. Unfortunately, that's not the only problem though. I realized when I got to Taco Bell that I brought a portable charger for my phone, but I didn't bring the correct cable. And up until this point, my phone is at about 40% battery, which means that I need about 60 or 70% to get all the way home. But that sounds like a problem for another time. So for now, I'm just gonna enjoy the journey. Man, I'm kind of cutting up the twisties here. Look at that. Might drag some knee on the old Grom. I forget how fun the roads are the closer you get to Austin. And I finally turned off that main highway, so now we can actually have a good time. The further I go down this road, the more sketched out I get because, well, obviously look at the road, it's horrible condition, gravel everywhere, but also all of the buildings and houses and stuff look abandoned, and there's like a bunch of like torn down, burnt down houses and things, and like crosses made out of sticks. I don't know, it's a weird thing, man. This area is strange. Like, this is literally the middle of nowhere. I've been off the highway for like 20 miles now or so, and there is nothing out here. Well, well, well. We've finally arrived. This is it. We've got the cemetery on our right-hand side, the Maxdale Cemetery, 1863. And then on the left is the bridge. There's some keep out signs. Let's see if we can take a peek inside. Yeah, you can see it right there. Okay, let's see how I want to go about this. Looks like somebody cut a hole here. Only issue is the bike. Where can I put the bike? And apparently locals don't really take kindly to
people exploring either, from what I've heard.
That brings me to another point. According to a Reddit thread, there are multiple separate accounts of a man in a white pickup truck chasing people down with a shotgun. I had previously read about these accounts before taking this trip, but it was only after that I discovered this. This is where I'm currently standing. If you enter Google Street View here and zoom in just a bit, yeah, I'm sure you see where this is going.
Let's get the drone out and see if I can see anything. Whew. This place is scary, bro. Okay, we're doing it. Proceeding on foot, leaving the Grom behind. Gonna sneak through the gate.
After a little bit of free running and parkour to get through this little obstacle course, we were finally about 100 feet away from the entrance of the bridge.
I was not about to drive all that way just to not make it. I'm trying to be quick just in case. The longer I leave my bike there, the scarier it is. There's the entrance. I don't think I've ever walked so fast in my life. I'm trying to get there and get going. Dude. Look at this thing. Yeah, you can see the wood is like not in the best shape. Wow. Bro, this is sketchy. Oh my gosh. Ooh, you do not want to fall through that. That is for sure. That's a long way down into very shallow water. I guess while I'm here, I'll tell you guys about the second thing that I was talking about. So, the second legend is that apparently there's a school bus that was crossing this bridge, and along the way, somehow it veered off and fell into the river down below. And now people say a similar sort of thing to where if you come to the bridge at night, your windows will fog up and you'll see a bunch of little tiny child handprints from the kids who died. 19 of them is the number that is floating around. Again, I don't know how true it is, but look at these things, bro. You can literally shake them and hear it. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Looks like people made another path over this way. I did see there's connecting farmlands on either side of the bridge. And if you can get into the farmland, it's a lot easier to get onto the bridge, but I'd rather not trample over people's crops. Over 100-year-old bridge, that's crazy. I don't think I'm gonna go into the cemetery. It's not open. I could hop the fence, but I don't want to be disrespectful or anything, so we'll skip out on that, but it is kind of cool.
The Maxdale Bridge truly is an interesting thing to see in person, and though I've enjoyed my visit, I still have a 200-mile journey ahead of me, so I figured it was time to hop back on the bike to continue the long journey home.
And we are out of here. Oh my. That was actually a really cool spot. It's very eerie, like standing there. I see why people say the things that they do about it. The heat just hit me. I just checked, it's 94 degrees where I'm at right now and 0 wind whatsoever. And then standing there in a black hoodie doesn't make things much better. Yeah, look at that. It's like all rusted. That thing is scary looking, man. And then the other entrance is right here as well. I guess while I'm on the detour, I might as well show you. I am worried because my phone is at 25%, and I have to at least make it back to that town where the Taco Bell was, which is another 40 miles from here. I just need to go to a gas station to get the right charger cable. Yeah, there's the other entrance. Just want to take a peek to see if there's a way to get the Grom in there. Yeah, there's no way I can squeeze the Grom through that tiny little crack. Bummer, man. Oh, that would have been so sick to get some pictures on the bridge over there, though. Well, hopefully the on foot and drone footage is enough. Ah, man. I had like a whole like Instagram photo shoot planned out with the Grom over there, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do it. This is probably gonna be the longest YouTube video I've ever posted, by the way. All right, just hung out at the gas station for about 30-40 minutes or so. Let my phone charge up to about 60-70%, and now we're on the way. So I want to make it home before it gets dark, ideally. Google Maps says my arrival will be 8:18 p.m., which is about 3 hours from now. So that's not going to happen. So
keep dreaming, I guess. I'm assuming we'll probably be home by, if I'm really booking it, man, 9:30, but I feel like it'll be a little closer to 10. Man, I did not expect to be out here for 14 hours today. I was like, oh, I'll go on a little road trip. It's like, you're looking at the maps on the car. Like if you take the highway and you're in a car, this route takes you 2.5 hours, no traffic, maybe 3. But with a Grom, it's freaking 5 hours each way. Yeah, buddy, 100 more miles. We're almost there, and the sun is beginning to set. Wow.
As I continued back home and passed through the rural town of Hamilton, I felt as if this was the perfect journey. Apart from being slightly behind schedule, everything had gone according to plan so far. At least, until I spotted something off in the distance.
I think that might be a storm. That makes me nervous. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, wait, hold up a minute. Look at that view. Wow. Yeah, you can still see the storms that I was talking about starting to roll in. A little sketchy still. We're also going 71 miles an hour right now, by the way. It really wants me to shift, but I just can't. I'm sorry, I'm in the last gear, buddy. I'm getting a little nervous now. You can probably see the lightning in these clouds over here. My camera bag is supposed to be waterproof, but I'd rather not test it in a situation like this. Okay, no bueno, muchacho. I can see the rain now, and the lightning is, and I'm just going right into it, aren't I? So I'm gonna go ahead and go to this gas station, top off on gas, just in case I need what I have in the tank, and then I'll check the weather and see where we're at. I'm about to turn north in about 5 miles, which is to the right from here. So hopefully that is moving, what would that be, south? And then I'll like just miss it, hopefully, maybe, possibly. That'd be sick if I could do that. Okay, I figured I have to do a little bit of off-roading, right? But it looks like, so we're heading north. From where I'm at right now, we're going north. And the storm is south currently and moving north. So, but it's moving slowly. It's supposed to get to Fort Worth at about 9:30 or so. So I just went ahead and put the phone right back down, hop back on the bike, and we're gonna pretty much just go as fast as we can. A little storm chasing action, except reverse storm chasing, running from the storm. So in 5 miles, we'll take a little right, and then that thing will be on our tail. We finally just took the right-hand turn, so we're in front of the storm now. But like, you can see the lightning, dude. This one's gonna be close. I got sprinkled on just a little bit. It wasn't bad. It was either that or a swarm of bugs. I really do not know. We're inching closer. That sign says Fort Worth Automotive. Yes. As it starts to rain, I was gonna tell you that I found my first Grom friend on the way here. He was at the other stoplight and we waved, awkwardly stared at each other, and then proceeded to rev to about 3,000 RPMs and then call it quits. That was it. That was the end of our interaction. Woohoo! We ended up getting stuck in a little bit of rain, but nothing too bad. And now I'm a crisp, cool 5 miles or so away from the crib. Mission complete. This was fun.
So, how did the Honda Grom do? Well, to be honest with you, it actually did a lot better than I was expecting. We didn't have a single issue along the way. I wanted to say it so bad in the video, but I didn't want to jinx it. But there's just a couple things that I would change if I were to do this again though. The first of which being the seat was not very comfortable. And the second of which, the exhaust. I need to put a stock exhaust on there. I was tired of wearing those earplugs for 8 hours. It was absolutely ridiculous how loud that bike is for no reason. But to be honest, it was a good time. I had a fun time. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe for future uploads. I'm here every 10 days, baby.